If you want your dog to drop it, watch this video. Some of you that saw my video of my own personal dog dropping a steak out of his mouth on command asked me, how did you get your dog to do that? Well, I want to share with you some important tips of how I built that foundation. But let's start with what not to do. It is so common that people, whether it's a pup or an adult dog, that when they are initiating the game of fetch, that when the dog brings the toy back, they want to insist on having the dog drop it so they can get the toy and then throw it and make it alive again. All the dog knows, especially when you're imprinting a foundation, all this dog knows is he went and got the rabbit, he went and got the toy, brought it back to you, you made pressure and took it away, and you're no fun to play with. That's why often you'll throw the ball, your dog will run and get it enthusiastically, and then run off over there and want to chew on the ball and play by himself away from you, because you're no fun to play with, you ruin the game. So when you are going to initiate this skill and teach a drop it command, or whatever you choose, whether you say release, whatever your command is going to be, make it consistent. But when you initiate a drop it command, it needs to be out of the game of play. It needs to be all by itself somewhere else. Once you have that skill, you can then start to incorporate in play. If you watch my video, How to Play with Your Dog, it will help you put 2 and 2 together to where you have play and drop it. It's also important to never initiate the command if you can't control the situation. So what I mean by that is this. When you're teaching the drop it command, it is not uncommon that you look across the room and your dog now has your socks and you start to announce, drop it, leave it, whatever you're saying, before you even get there. Well, now you've started chase. You can't control that. And now your dog is running and thinks you're gonna play. And how many people are dealing with that issue to where your dog gets something and the minute he sees you see him, he's off and running playing a game. He's playing, but you're not. So it's important, don't announce it. If you see, as you learn in this video, you're gonna need a 6-foot leash. If you see your dog has your socks, as an example, say nothing, calmly go over and get a hold of your dog's collar, or if you need, even put a leash on your dog's collar, then initiate the drop it command. It's also very common when people want their dog to give them something, they grab it and then they start to pull on it. Well, if you pull on an item that is in your dog's mouth, now you have initiated tug-of-war, opposition reflex. And that is the other thing your dog wants to do. If he's not running from you, then he absolutely wants to play tug-of-war with the item and claim it back and initiate a game, which a lot of people do. And there's nothing wrong with tug-of-war with the right dog. But I will say, when you're trying to get your dog to drop it and you're claiming it, as you're gonna see here in a few minutes, you do not want to pull. So when you reach for the item, make sure you are not making tension and initiating tug-of-war and turning this whole situation into something you didn't intend in the first place. And finally, for this session, make sure you're choosing toys that are big enough that you can actually get a hold of while it's in your dog's mouth. So I've chosen just this nice stuffy, a nice tug toy, and then for this session, I'm also gonna be using a 6-foot leash and my dog will be wearing a flat nylon collar. When she has it in her mouth, I wanna be able to grasp it, I wanna be able to put my hand on it to claim it, but I wanna make sure I have a good hold. If it's a small item that's in her mouth and I'm trying to reach in to grab it or get a hold of it or claim it, that can create its own fight, its own wrestling session, its own avoidance, and again, turn the session into something that you didn't intend. You want to make sure that what you're doing, that you're prepared, it's calm, and we give clear direction like I'm going to show you right now. Do you have a puppy that is pottying in the house, doesn't come when called, chewing up everything? I have helped thousands of dog owners with every challenge that you can think of, and I've created a course that will bring clarity and set you on a successful path to having the relationship with your dog that you've always wanted. This program is for dogs at all stages of life. It is never too late to implement great leadership skills that will put you in the driver's seat no matter what your dog's age. It's never too late to learn how to have a great relationship with your dog. So this is Annie. She's a 16-month-old English Lab and clearly likes to have stuff in her mouth. And so she's already starting to play without me, which is great. She's gonna be a great candidate to teach this to you. Keep in mind, this is all about playing. I'm trying to train her or teach her something, she thinks we're playing. So I want to continue the game. If this is no fun, she's not even going to put anything in her mouth. So it may not look exactly like you planned, but this is totally okay. The whole point is I want her to have fun. But I am going to get rid of a few other distractions. Okay, now girl, hey, Okay, now I'm gonna put this in my pocket. Now we'll just use that one. Here we go, girl. Come on, hey. So I'm gonna go ahead and play tug-of-war with her a little bit. So I want her to have it firmly in her mouth. There you go. When she counters, I'm gonna let her win. I'm sitting there, you want this again. Have the 6-foot leash on so you can control it a little bit better. Good girl. Yeah, you almost are like my German Shepherd dog. Come on. I'll let her pull. Now she wins. Now I'm gonna take it. So I've got my hand under the collar, and I'm gonna put my hand on it here and claim it. Now I put my hand on it, calm. She wants to pull away, but I'm not gonna let her back away because I have my hand here. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. I pull up, make pressure, drop it, drop it. Very good. See, she didn't want to give it up, but the minute she released it, I made it alive and played again. So, because the thing is, if she thinks she's gonna drop it and then lose it, come on, no, we're not going for that one. If she thinks she's gonna drop it and lose it, then why should she play with you at all? When she drops it, I'm gonna immediately reward. That's why my dog spits it out so fast, is because he knows it's gonna be alive again and the game will continue. That's the point. So we have good tug-of-war going here. She's a great candidate for this. Now I'm gonna let her win. Now I'm gonna bring her around. Now, I don't have to always put my hand underneath the collar. I could use the leash, but now she dropped it. There we go. Now, I'm gonna use the leash instead. Hey girl. Actually, for her, she pulls so hard, it's easier to control if I grab the collar. Come on, hey, no. We're doing this. Come on, hey. Well, we're coming back with that toy, that's fine. Come on, girl. Now we're gonna use this one, because remember, this is supposed to be fun, right? So now we're gonna play with this toy. So I'm gonna let her claim it. Hey, girl. Now I'm gonna grab her here. Easy. Put my hand on it, claiming it, no pulling, do not pull. I pull up on her collar, drop it. She instantly released it the minute she felt that tension. That's beautiful. Now, and then I immediately reward it again. Now we're going back to that toy. Good girl, one more time. I play tug-of-war, let her win. Now I'm gonna put my hand on the toy. Hey, get her collar, drop it, pull up, calmly, drop it. She releases and I make it alive. That's how you do it. The whole point is that this is a play session. She doesn't know she's learning something at the same time. Once you have a dog that when you say drop it, they spit it out and then you make it alive again and then they play, you can start to put it in your game of fetch. But the whole point is that keep in mind, they're out here to play and spend time with you, to enjoy. You have an agenda. The agenda that we have should be, how do I enhance my relationship with this dog? So keep your session short. When she finishes, she gets to pack as many toys in her mouth back to her house as she wants to. I'm gonna let her, she's gonna lay down and enjoy them. But I'm gonna let her win and carry it all the way home. That's what she's gonna do, because I want her to end on a positive, keep your session short, make sure she knows she can please you, and then you build on the session next time. But make sure your dog is having fun, make sure you're fair, make sure you're clear, never frustrated, and you're gonna have a great relationship with your dog. See you next time. Till the next lesson, we just thank you so much for listening. We hope you gained some value. And again, your dog will never be what you want him to be until you're the leader they need you to be. And we just thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time.